To be changing the front brakes, the pads I should say, on a V-Star Classic 650 2000. First we will start with 12 millimeters, and we need to take this off, and this will get the brake housing off. A 12 millimeter wrench, and I grabbed a little bungee cord here. You hook up here. It helps. You can hang this off of it once you get it loose. Once you get one nice and loose, you move on to the other one. Loosen it on up with your fingers. And you got the bottom one out. Finish the top one here. It'll be easier to get out. Take that out, take your reflector, set it down, pull this off your rotor, and there you go. This is what holds your brake pads. I use a nice little bungee cord, prop it up right there. Works real nice. Next, you get a nice steel wool brush, and we will be cleaning it up. You'll need a 6 millimeter hex key, and that will be loosening up this bottom bolt right here, which then will allow this to swing open and your brake pads will come out. Nice and in there tight. And when you put that back in there, remember to use brake lube so that it slides back and forth. Remember to be careful so you don't break your brake line there. Don't be moving it around in any weird angles or anything. Once you have that out, pull it out, check it out, see that there's not too much lube left on there, so we'll have to grease that. And then this just opens on up. And you take out your old pads. Which actually don't look that bad. So I may actually just clean this up and put these pads back in here. If you look, they're only about halfway worn. So the squeaking I was hearing just could have been from uneven wear. But we will clean this up anyway, put them back in, and see how it goes. Got it all sprayed up, and I'm going to clean it off. You guys don't need to watch that, so I will continue the video when I'm done. Using our synthetic brake grease. We'll be using that right here on the slides where the brake pads fit in and slide up and down. You put it right on this here. So we will be placing a dab of this right on there. Spread it around. Then you also want to make sure you do the other side. Get it on there. And then also on this right here you need to put brake grease for when it's all put together, the brake shoe. It goes in and out. So I'll start the video again once I get it back together and the grease all applied. You have the brake pads in the brake shoe. You get your... where did I put it? 6mm bolt that we took out, and you gotta make sure you get brake grease on that. And that goes in the bottom here. Tighten that up. Make sure it's real nice and tight. You don't want your brake shoe coming apart while you're driving down the road. That would definitely not be a fun experience. Then next you separate your brake pads. Come down, put it over your rotor, which can be a pain in the butt sometimes. 1mm bolts, put them up here. I'm actually going to get some Loctite for them. Your standard medium strength Loctite. that right there on the threads. Good to go. I'm sure this is really exciting watching me tighten this. So I will continue again once it is all tightened up. And actually, I'll have to say, I think I'm all done. You just tighten that up, and then before you go out and ride again, you make sure you pump on your brake lever a few times so your pads get seated up against the rotor, and you are good to go. And that is how you change the brake pads, the front brake pads on a 2000 V-Star 650 Classic.